Peace, what it is, how's it going, and what's cracking, goddamn it. I notice every time I say peace, what it is, I don't try to do that shit. It's just like a tick, I guess. Anyway, hey, see that building right there? I could have made it like, it's called the Top of the Cliff. That's where I got married at. See, the top floor, you can see the whole city. So I got married. Beautiful wedding. Because my wife was in it. All right, peace. All right, there's levels to this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us caught a certain levels of information and think we got it because it made sense to us on that level, not realizing that there's a deeper level. And, you know, the ultimate goal is to get the ultimate understanding, 360 degrees of knowledge. And to go 360, you gotta go through all levels. You feel me? And, you know, without getting too technical, it's actually a 360 you need to go through to get you 720 degrees of information or knowledge. But, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna stunt and act like I'm there. So, you know, I ain't gonna really speak on that. I'm just gonna speak on what I know, right? So it's levels to this shit, people. Everything out here, there's at least 4 levels of understanding to it, okay? That is a very blanket statement, but it's pretty fairly accurate, okay? There's at least 4 levels to it. I mean, the 4 levels would be the physical level of it, the mental level of it, the spiritual level of it, and then the soul level of it. Now, if you don't have a clear definition of spirits and souls, then, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to formulate your own, because there's multiple definitions and contradictory premises for those terms. You understand? Like, you know, some people believe that the spirit is the almighty and the soul is what's down here, and some people think that the soul is the almighty and the spirit is what's down here. Now, personally, I think that the soul is the almighty and the spirit, and then you know, that's just me. But whatever, you know, you think whatever you want. What you need to understand is one level, which is be the physical, what we see, hear, smell, touch, taste, blah, blah, blah. It's a mental level, which would be in our minds, obviously. It's a spiritual level, which would be in the ethers, you know, right above us, the 4th dimension, if you will, you know, just to get an understanding. And then the soul level, or the 4th, the higher level, you know what I'm saying, would be, you know, the 5th dimension. Okay, let's just keep it like that to keep it simple. All right, I'm gonna give you a story, and I'm gonna give you each level of understanding within the story, so you can understand, you know what I'm saying, what's going on out here, you know. All right, check it. Johnny gets up, goes to and walks to the store, and on his way to the store, he trips over a ball and he falls. Right? That's the story, you know. Now, the physical level of that story, you know, the physical lesson is, you know, he was walking and, you know, he tripped. Physical, you know, pay attention to what you're doing. All right. So the mental level of that story is what caused him to not see what was in front of him. What had his attention to where he wasn't paying attention to where his feet were going? Well, he looked at the children, and he seen the children playing with the ball, and that made him reminisce, right? So he didn't realize that the ball was right, that, you know, they dropped the ball right in front of him, because he daydreaming, and he trip over it and fall. Okay? So what's the mental story of that? Always live in the moment. Okay? Don't dwell on the past. All right? So that's another lesson in that story. 2 letters. Bam. Third, what's the spiritual sense of that story? Okay, you know, he's walking, and what do children represent to him? Okay, what does children playing football in the street represent to him? So when he seen it, he went in his mind and took him back to when he was 6, or when he was 8, or what have you, and he was out there playing, and in his mind, he was there again. Thus, he wasn't paying attention. You see what I'm saying? So when you go from just thinking about something to imagining something, you understand? You go from a mental level to a spiritual level, because then you in another dimension when you see these images. You know the dig? So the lesson, the spiritual lesson in that would be, you understand what I'm saying? Know your emotions. Because the spiritual level would contain the emotions. You feel me? That would be the emotional level. So, you understand what I'm saying? Know your emotions. You dig? Would be the lesson in that. Because that's what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? Hold on.